Hey movie lovers, it's Glasgow Movie Addict here. In this video review, I'm going to be telling you about the major spring blockbuster which hit UK cinemas last Friday, the 31st of March. None other than Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. This is a highly anticipated fantasy action adventure directed by John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein. It stars Chris Pine, who plays Edgin, who alongside his partner in crime, Holga, who played by Michelle Rodriguez, and a gang of thieves all steal an ancient artifact. However, the two are double-crossed and then captured. 2 years later, Edgin and Holga break out of prison and reunite the gang to steal back the artifact. And as it has fallen into the wrong hands and is a danger to the Dungeons and Dragons world. Justice Smith, Reggie Jean Page, Sophia Lillis and Hugh Grant provide a strong supporting cast. Now, I want to say first of all that the Dungeons and Dragons is a really popular, very well-known video game. There's been a few movie adaptations over the years that have not been successful, and as you can expect from that, as you go into a film that's adapted from a video game, most films adapted from video games are not exactly Oscar winners. However, before watching this movie, whilst I'd heard that the previous Dungeons and Dragons movies were pretty terrible, that this one is actually very good. It has got a lot of good reviews, a lot of noise about it, a lot of good chat surrounding it. Now, I've never played any of the Dungeons and Dragons games, but I did hear this movie was very popular amongst the gamers and amongst the non-gamers. So I've never played any of the games, so I might not be the best person to review this film. But as a movie, I actually found it to be overrated. I went in and was overall disappointed coming out the cinema because I'd seen so many people say really good things about this film. I was underwhelmed. Now, there's some really good scenes in it. If you like your fantasy films and shows, I would say people who watch shows like Netflix's The Witcher and Amazon's Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and shows of that type would enjoy this movie. And there's some good scenes in it. It places a lot of emphasis on special effects, a lot of CGI. And a decent cast as well. Some good actors there. You got Chris Pine, Hugh Grant as well. Hugh Grant in the sort of plays the sort of character that he plays in Paddington 2. What I would say as well is some really good scenes in it, some good sequences. There's one in particular where they're in a cave and they're being chased by a fat dragon, which I thought was good, entertaining. And there's a lot of good CGI, a lot of special effects, which is what I thought the makers have invested most of the money into the special effects of this film. So it's decent on the big screen for that purpose, for that reason. However, I thought it was I was expecting a cheesy fantasy with some cheesy one-liners. And when I watched this, I didn't find any of the banter in it funny. I didn't laugh much. I thought that the trailer had a lot of the funny scenes in it and a lot of the funny lines, which spoiled it a bit for me. And I thought as well it was very long, over 2 hours, 2 hours and 14 minutes. So for me, it was too long to be a tea time film. And I just didn't enjoy it as much as I would have wanted. There's a lot of stuff in it, and there's a lot of you invest a lot of your time in watching this film. And what I would say to conclude is that the time invested and the effort to watch this movie is not matched by the enjoyment that I got and the fulfillment I got from watching this film. And it's for that reason, that I would not watch this film again, and I would give this film overall a 5 out of 10. So, sorry, Dungeons and Dragon fans, I wasn't that big a fan. I know it's got a lot of praise from other critics, but I found it a bit of an epic disappointment. Just based on the anticipation going in, and hearing a lot of good things about it, I felt it was too long to be a tea time film, and you put too much into watching it. Based on what you put in is more than what you get out. That's based on my own experience. So a 5 out of 10 for Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Don't be too hard on me, but please feel free to comment below and let me know what you think. And I'll be back on my next review. My name is Robert, and you've been listening to Glasgow Movie Addict. See you on my next review. Bye bye.